terrorists locally known as bandits have requested the release of 16 top commanders and sponsors in government custody in exchange for the release of the over 100 individuals abducted during an attack on the Kaduna-Abuja train. The attack of an abduction, which occurred on March 28, have continued to elicit concerns over the level of insecurity in the country. The Nigerian Railway Corporation (NRC) had confirmed 8 deaths, while many persons were declared missing. Security sources, according to Punch, said the bandits carried out the violent attack on the train so as to abduct passengers who could be used to bargain for the release of their commanders and sponsors in detention. It was also gathered that the activities of bandits who are collaborating with the Boko Haram terrorist group to unleash malevolent attacks across the country had since been hampered since the arrest of their sponsors. On Monday, sources said the bandits, in their ongoing negotiations with the federal government, were demanding prisoners exchange. A senior official said the terrorists were being hampered by the arrest of their top commanders, noting that their sources of funding had been greatly impacted by the arrest of their sponsors. He stated the bandits have made contact with the government, but the issue now involves the Interpol because they have international collaborators. Security operatives are working to identify their connection to Boko Haram. The bandits are after their people who are in custody. They are demanding the release of 16 sponsors and commanders in exchange for the abducted train passengers. That is why they said in a video that the government knows what they want. Again, say we arrested some of their commanders and those sponsoring them in Dubai and Nigeria. We have about 16 commanders and sponsors in custody, so they are demanding their release because their sources of funding are declining. I hope the authorities will not release the commanders and sponsors to them because we are getting information on the bandits from the suspects. He further said killing the hostages will not make the Nigerian government succumb to what the bandits were demanding from the government. If they kill their hostages, they would not achieve what they are looking for. The fact is that they are being starved of funds, and that is why they are making the threats, and it is also the reason for the attack on the train. They attacked the train just to get government attention and negotiate the release of their commanders and sponsors, he stated. An intelligence official also corroborated the report that the bandits were demanding the release of commanders and ransom, noting that the marauders had been cooperating with Boko Haram fighters in their attacks in Kaduna, Niger, Zamfara, Katsina, and others. The official noted what they want is prisoners exchange and money. It is a lie that they don't want money. They want both money and prisoners exchange. They would release the passengers in exchange for many of their members in custody. They are collaborating with Boko Haram to pool resources together and constitute a bigger security threat to the country. However, a military source said the military does not negotiate with bandits. The source said it is not our duty to negotiate with the bandits or any other criminal element. Ours is to fulfill our constitutional duties, which we have been doing. So you cannot see the reason why Malami, Buhari, Lai Mohammed, they have been going back and forth. They don't want to name the sponsors of these people before now. What are they afraid of? What are they afraid of? What they could have done, should have done, is that to protect people, to make the security so tight. But the security we have is not tight, and that is why they have opportunity of, kidnapping people here and there. But Buhari will be spewing hots, blowing hots when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu. They are in this country. These guys have been in this country, and yet they cannot. They quickly, especially that man called Malami, quickly came out and gave us full details of how Igboho has been having transaction with one man selling car or whatever. This a bullied exchange. He was quoting Igboho had 15 accounts, back accounts, 2,300 and all of that, and he stated them one by one. But when it comes to Boko Haram sponsors, we go quiet. For how long? How long is it going to take? They went to Igboho's house to go and scatter his house, but they are afraid. But that day they were going to Igbo's house. Didn't they know that they are going to be people that are according to, because it's not, if you term Igbo as a criminal, the rest people who are going to be saying the house might not be criminal, but you went there and did all manner of things without having concern for innocent people. You should think Igbo is the problem. This is one of the reasons. This is the one reason to work on the Nigerian judicial system. How can they judge one case for a very long time, especially when it is very obvious that the accused was nabbed in the act of committing the crime? This is what we get by keeping murderous terrorists in prison instead of a straight death sentence to induce fear into all others. Well, which of your leader was it, the one that have been surrendered, repented, and have sent abroad for education, or the one that was surrendered, repented, and have placed on monthly salary by the government, or the ones that have left Bush since 2014, joined Buhari and APC, and was made a minister? Please, we don't understand the leader you are referring to. Name them to us and let us release them to you, so you can release our wives, husbands, fathers, daughters, sons, and children for us. It's true now. They will tell you they have repented. That's the only thing. We have never heard that they arrested some people. They have repented. That's what you continue to hear. These are the government's power, that it is officials. They have spoken. They know each other and understand one another. Tomorrow, repentance, celebration, and release. APC, change. APC, next level will be sustained by Osinbajo or Big Chief Numbu. Nigeria, enjoy your APC. Gallant men on duty at the background. Next level, Joe. Northerners country. Yeah. The shame of a failed state. God will punish the promoters of tribalism, nepotism, and favoritism in Nigeria. Nigeria is living on extra time. Okay. Meanwhile, Osinbajo promised to continue from where Buhari stops if elected. Which members are they even demanding their release? The ones that have repented, of which, or which one again? I don't understand. But that's a good question. I don't even know the reason for keeping the commandant alive in the first place. Maybe they know they will come for negotiation. So much for peace and unity. Stop calling them terrorists. They are ordinary bandits, according to, is it Erufai or Gumi? Wow. Who are they talking to? That's so good,